Welcome to the InforMaven AI Update, a podcast for higher education administrators to discuss the practical use of AI and intelligent agents. I'm JD Mosley-Matchett, the founder and CEO of InforMaven, a company that helps you work smarter by harnessing the power of intelligent agents. And this month, our guest is Dr. Bryan Alexander, a senior scholar at Georgetown University, an author, and the creator of the Future Trends Forum video program. How might different institutions respond to AI? Now, when we say higher education, we're really talking about many different types of institutions, community colleges,
Indeed.
R1 research universities, liberal arts colleges, and others. Are they responding to AI in different ways?
That's a fantastic question. And I'm so glad you asked this because so many discussions about higher education usually focus on a handful of campuses, often elite research universities, which are literally extraordinary in every way, but also outliers and non-representative of American higher ed. We have around 4,000 colleges and universities. Everything, as you mentioned, Research One universities, liberal arts colleges, military schools, community colleges, religious school. I mean, it's one of the glories of American cultures that we have this huge institutional diversity to offer. I think, and I've heard some initial thoughts about this, which I think are pretty interesting. I've heard from some Catholic universities that they are examining what kind of uniquely Catholic approach they might have. So drawing on 2,000 years of religious tradition and thinking about media, thinking about humanity, thinking about psychology, thinking about belonging and meaning, and bringing that to bear. So to think in terms of discernment, or to perhaps think about some of the great Catholic thinkers about technology like Teilhard de Chardin, or there's a lot you can do with that. And so that's one field I'm looking at. The community college field is another one where you think about that sector's deep engagement with workforce preparation and how they are so committed to preparing students to go out into the community, hence the name, and to work in the private sector, in the public sector, in the nonprofit sector. And so they have their antenna out trying to detect what these enterprises need in terms of AI. And so I think that's a place where the rest of higher ed can learn a great deal. The liberal arts sector, I think, can pull together a few things. Middlebury College has a program emphasizing what it calls the liberal arts digital humanities. So how you get to use computing technology in a liberal arts way, and that may be interdisciplinary with an emphasis on the humanities. That may also involve a lot of critical theory, a lot of critical studies, and also a great deal of, I think, production as well, so that people in liberal arts colleges learn how not just to perceive and stuff, but to make it. They'll use AI to make code, to make images, to make videos, and so on, but to do so in an informed way. I think the Research One type of university can do all of these things, except for the Catholic part, because they're usually public. But then it's not always true. But they can also really emphasize the research and development, and this is tricky because it's hard to keep a really good AI researcher in academia, because the commercial industry is growing so fast and is hiring people all over the place. So universities have to struggle to figure out how to keep someone when they can earn 6 times their salary in Silicon Valley or wherever else. But they have such great opportunities for work. For example, in Switzerland, 3 Swiss universities collaborated to produce a tool they call a public benefit LLM called Apertus, which is basically a nonprofit that is designed to have facing not for profit, but for community benefit and for enlightening humans. It just launched a couple of months ago. It's very interesting. So, I think about all the possibilities. You think about the North Carolina university system. Think about the Research Triangle. Imagine if they were able to, say, produce something very creative that doesn't have immediate cash value. So imagine a digital archive on the history of the American South that I can query through LLMs, and it can generate all kinds of interesting results and content. I just made that up off the top of my head. But think about, any research university, UT Austin, University of Texas Austin, to be able to do something on Texas culture and history. Again, those are just a couple I'm thinking of, but There are a lot of ways that can go if research universities are able to hang on to these computer scientists and give them that kind of opportunity.
Please visit InforMaven AI to hear the entire interview.